Assalamualaikum Gambia, assalamualaikum Senegal, auditeurs yi na ngeen def mbaa yéen ci jàmm.
Mbokki Gambia, maa ngi leen a nuyób jàmm, nuyób yërmande, nuyób barke, kilifa diina ak kilifa aada, sunu soppe, xarit, am di jàmm ak Gambia diaspora, mag ak ndaw, góor ak jigéen, ak fépp fu waay mën a ne, Gambia si biir ak Gambia si biti, ñu ngi leen a nuyu yéen ñëppa te bàyyiwun kenn. Mbokk yi, yéen a ngi déglu Freedom Radio ak seeni mbokka Saliyu Njaay. Bési tey bi daldi tollook fukki fan ak juróom ñetta bési alxemes weerub July atum 2024. Comme nan ko gën a xamee si kàllaama angale, tey la Thursday the 18th of July 2024. Mbokk yi, tey ñoo leen fi amal waxtaan bu am solo. Week bele ñu jox gannaaw Monday the 8th of July amoon na lu xew Gambia. Mu nekk loo xam ne nag ñu bari dineen ne musuna gis lu mel nii. Ay ndaw, ay Gambian, mag ak ndaw, góor ak jigéen, politician ak ku nekkul politician, university students yi, ñoom ñépp daldi utali mbedda ya. Li waral nag ñu daldi utali mbedda ya mooy dafa am loo xam ne lii daf leen naxari lool. Li leen naxari mooy ay bill soo xam ña ko fa yóbbu ñu ne den bugga ñuy yokkal ñiy liggéey si néegi député yi seeni fay, waaye amun foofa di leen fay sax gannaaw boo xamee ne jeexal neen seeni liggéey. ñay liggéey si néegi député ya ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy liggéey si àttekaay yi. lii nekk loo xam ne lu daw yaram la. ñu ne ñun dafay mel ni ñi liggéey si nguur gi, ñi liggéey si néegi député yi, ñi liggéey si àttekaay yi dul xaar ba waxtu bi ñu ne dañuy yóbbu bills yooya waxtaanee ko si néegi député yi pour ñu mun leen a yokkal seeni fay. Ndikte ñii li leen a fay si aleel rek doy na ba pare. Su fekkee ne dañoo tànn rek ay nit ñoo xam ne ñi am nañ aleel ba noppi pour yokkal leen seeni fay ba pare continuer di leen fay seen liggéey jeex na, am doomaani Gambie ñu bari ñu ne déedéet waruta demee nag nii. Su fekkee ne kay dañuy yokk fay dañ war a yokkal ñëpp seen fay. ña nga xam ne ñoo wax ne wala ñoo bëgg ñu yokkal leen seeni fay, ñooñu ñoo ëpp xaalis, ñooñu na fay mu ëpp fuuf li ñuy fay ñeneen ñi. ana suñ police, ana soldaar yi ak ñeneen ak ñeneen waxun pour ñu yokkal leen. ñi ñoo ooyee concern Gambian liggéen si Gambia, ñoom si loolu la ñuy yëngu. dal di ko yëgal askan bi yépp ne fun jaar def doxub ñaxtu bu jàmma wan àddina si yépp li nga xam ne moo ñu naxari. ñu dal di oote, ban oote nan di ka def mooy ñu utali dal di ab permit pour ñu mun a def demonstration, mun a def li olof di ooyee doxub ñaxtu. waaye biir doxub ñaxtu bu jàmm la. liñ si jublu mooy den bugga rek askan bi dal di xam li nga xam ne mooy li leen métti. ba li xewee Muxtaar Touré mu dal di leen jox permit on the 8th of July. Gambia ñëpp, askan bi ñëpp ñu bari dal di dajaloo foofa si National Assembly building bi sa néegi député ya. ñu dal di fattasee lépp doole si ñun ñi dañ dugga si taw bi pour rek dem mun a teewee doxub ñaxtu gi. fi mu nekk gannaaw boo xamee ne def neen doxub ñaxtu, waa concern Gambia dal di binda pétition jox ko ñi nga xam ne ñooy liggéey si néegi député yi, dal di wane seeni naxar. ba nga xamee ne li xew na nag dégga nen ne ñiy liggéey si néegi député yi den ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy waa concern Gambia den mbootaay mi, waaye ñan si mooy juróom-ñaari ñi dongaleen pour ñu dem uyu ji député ya nga xam ne ñooy liggéey si néegi député ya pour toog dal di waxtaan ak ñoom. ana lan leen waxtaan, ana lan leen nangutoo, ndax dañ leen jox xaalis, ndax joxul leen xaalis ndax dañ leen dig xaalis ndax digul leen xaalis ana lan mooy li fa mooy li ñuy gastu fi mu nekk duma def ludut dal di ànd ak yéen ñu dal di dem jëli ki nga xam ne mooy Modou Lamine Manjang keneen tamit ku ñuy waxtaanal si programme yi tey bi mooy ku ñu xamee si Lamine Mané bon donc duma def ludut dal di njëkkee si Modou Lamine maa ngi lay nuyu di la sant la gërëm di la yaatal di la dalal di la jox sa wàccuwaay ma mat sëkk.
waaleykum asalaam. nuyu naa la Salif. maa ngi nuyu ñu nekk si biir Gambie ak ñu nekk bitim réew. maa naa wax salaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah. man la Mamadou Lamine Manjang. njiit concerned citizens. ñu jóg pour Gambia. ñu am ci Gambia. ñu bugg a Gambia mu def si kanam. ñun ñoo jógoon pour ji permit si office of IGP yàlla mu ñu am permit ñu daal di protest on the 8th of this month si Banjul si néegi du wone suñu bugg Gambia mu dem kanam moo taxaw ñu jóg dem protest on the 8th.
jërëjëf Modou Lamine Manjang. Now I come to Mr. Lamine Mané. Mr. Lamine Mané, feel free to. I will just give you the mic for you to introduce yourself.
All right. Baraka bake. Salifu puru kantol soto jambi. Min play kang puru kaje kominka ani mo milia lonko bota do kudula jamal to kabo milbe do kola man sakunda to ani mil manta do kola man sakunda to ani fonin kel min fana man do ko soto bankoka. Donc wulta min karomi alon ko mbakono ten. Ala kili senjang kono kata kafo dipitele komi bilol milia lonko ila fle sambala nan dipite bungol to mo bilati milia lonko na banko na fulo na fanko man taradulado miso bilol ñu sambano so nata maneti intele ka safero ke nyin kafwe milia lonko abe nyin kol nyaton ko endika mbe itentula bake freedom radio ila mo milia lonko e kela mo milbe banko kanjang ani milbe banko la bantala fanan ba fele ko also la moy ni radio mi alon ko be lorin ka banko dingol la voice mi alon ko kuma kangol ki janjandi dunia bi mimbe na banko kanja akata kuntan ku bati pour que pour ngatara jam sare.
Thank you so much Mr. Lamine Mané. Mr. Modou Lamine Manjang waaye ma bugg a xam rek si ñi la xamut ana kan mooy Modou Lamine ndax am nga jabar am déet.
waaw amuñ kuy Modou Lamine Manjang of the Gambia maa ngi dëkk Salaries Sukuta Salaries foofu laa dëkk xale laa nag awma jabar amaaguma jabar tan tamit nekkuma di liggéey tamit waaw.
Mr. Manjang ma bugg a xam rek lan nga study ana lan nga jàng si university bi.
waaw xam naa su ma la waxee lu ma study dina jaaxal ñu bëri. waaw maa ngi study banking and finance. comme political science student la moo tax mu ngi dugg si ay yii nii waaye maa ngi jàng banking and finance si University of the Gambia.
xam rek ñaata at nga am soo mayinut ndax bugga ngaa wax ñaata at nga am.
waaw maa ngi am 27 years old maa ngi 27 léegi maa ngi dugg si 28 waaw loolu moo nekk sama at bi.
jërëjëf Mamadou Lamine Manjang fi mu nekk after this protest after this demonstration so many people are interested. Who is this Mr. Lamine Mané? Everybody wants. So, Mr. Mané, are you a university student or are you working? And if you are a university student, what are you studying at the university?
Also a young Gambian, 27 years of age, almost into my 28th year. I'm a student at the University of the Gambia in my 4th year, writing in English language at the University of the Gambia. I am single and I do not have any child.
Jërëjëf Mr. Lamine Mané fi mu nekk ma dal di ñëw si Modou Lamine Manjang. Modou Lamine Manjang xam naa ne ñu bari bi déggee sa tur dégg ne nga bokk si protest bi xam naa dina ne kii law student la maanaam yëfi loi lay jàng si University of the Gambia wala xëy na political science yëfi politics lay jàng waaye yow yaa ngi si mbiri xaalis gi mbiri banking and nu te gis nga politics doctor yeeg engineers yeeg computer scientist yeeg ñëpp a si dee bokka politics moo mel noonu waaye lii nag du politics lii moom doxub ñaxtu la rek pour bugal sa réew taxawal sa réew gestu sa réew ba pare bugal sa réew jàmma loolu mooy li waral nga bokk si doxub ñaxtu bi nga xam ne moom ngeen defoon lundi bi passé waaye Modou Lamine Manjang ma bugg a xam rek concern Gambians seen mbootaay mi kañ ngeen ko form kañ ngeen taxawal mbootaay bi ak ana lan moo waral ngeen
waaw jërëjëf waaw moo lay jaaxal ñu bari dana fond comme political science student la waaye maa ngi def banking and finance su University of the Gambia lii nekkul groupe boo xam ne danga ko yaakaar am na lu génn si Gambia loo xam ne dafa concern si Gambia yi fii nii moo tax dañu amee groupe at the University of the Gambia fu ñu dee waxee any problem of the Gambia problème bi munti am foo leen ko dee séenee ñu waxtaanee ko foofu noonu waaw ma gis ko ma jël ko as lii war nañu Gambia war nañu si te ñu si war a jóg si ñun demul war naa ko si groupe foofu ñun demul school pour dem liggéey am xaalis kese da war a dem school pour dimbale sa réew tamit so boo leen ko waxee woon man a gaane dina try ibi groupe boo xam ne dinañ si protest si lii te dina xew incha allah si la génna si groupe bi ubbi groupe bi si guddi boobu noonu ma call Lamin Mané mi parce que maanaam moom nekkul lii may first time pour ñu def façon bii nii protest I think bii mooy suñu second time maanaam moom ñu ngi ko def yeah so ma ko callee ma explain ko everything he support me moom Gambia moo ko itel bu baax moo tax mu nangu ak man den ma at ko si groupe bi ma am na benn boy tam mu fa nekk ñu ko wax Pams he's a friend of mine pour mu si university bi moom tam mu join ñoo ko starté woon bu nga ko ubbee seen link bi nit yi expliqué nit yi la moo tax ñu ubbi ko si guddi boobu noonu sax am nañ an amount of 600 people ñoo join groupe bi si laa ko wane lii ñu nekk lu ndaw dafa successful am nañ si ay wax yoo xam ne comme lii du dem mbiri Gambie but we have the belief am nañ yaakaar bi am nañ that zeal in us ne lii dafa work incha allah su ko def phase bi la starté waaw foofu la starté then ñu am ñeneen ak ñeneen ñu join si groupe bi teachers yi docteur yi ak beneen civil servant workers yoo xam ne join si groupe bi waaw mbir yi noonu la starté.
ok mun nga am mute dinaa ñëwaat si kanam yi tuuti xaaral ma dem si Mr. Lamin Mané. Mr. Mané, what can you about the formation of concerned Gambians?
Yes, let me come in with Mandinka so that we balance. These are the most spoken languages in the country.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So kabiring come in na president ya fanyaming modlamin anyatonkaya ole mo ka grupo ni yele ka jibe mol million ko ni la mirol kete kelinde ka fanyaming tenate na kolbe nyoko no bakelen ka gambila kol kacha bakel aning bata dal million ko ngaje ko mi ning diamo kelo sakeno akodo. So wala ke kabiring nim bilol nata in the public domain asata ka sia komi billa million ko anata purka dobal million ko kanamojo anata purka wolle kasara ko teke because niaje over the years mulba fo kan komi national assembly kete dulati million ko ibe fongol de jokan motol soto motol million ko darsi million saba mi siata woti inata kenol fanan dile la airport bala jana million ko fani million dile la police o kenello anin ala wansol million ko be siarim bake so wo mo jamalle la miro be lori wokan ning bilol kabiri nada ayatar molde kamfari na already so mo lamin nata group woni yela wolto an tolbintu nata join je na executive form because ni yen group fana yele ta fol no mo be alngata fo se executive of atol mo dantong lenyenta sila sina finti mol kan katandile la commune simfa dal mo minneti dum ben nata ngaje janimbe ko kela fon so dulale follow test ka to nyimban kun kan ni kala fika finti bare aka kolye bulo kono bake pour ka pamito sot wakati na mol bukana interest soto ko teke pour ka finti protest la so nata pamito nyini wolto kabering pamito soto nata kol fongana intensify nata media jamal inge ko so pamito soto tale saying alse fintinam peacefully nata na protest ke grupo nyimman ke group merind alors gista fana nyimban kunga.
Thank you so much Lamin Mané. In the words of Modou Lamine Manjang, this protest was not the one that you organized. So now I would like to know, What was the reason for that protest and when was it?
Yes, so what protest fanan kita womu university fongo da male konoti. Nina te university jibintol fanan kabrim bota na nying dulal to dolmini alon ko be non kani fin campus dol be berikama campus anin campus jamal mina sawna wato mina kata faraba nga problem ol soto la ngatanda problem ol soto le milmu na transportation wala karola wolem kabo kombola jamma fon la kata faraba. So bosi ko na teke kuti mi alon ko mo jamal bije bukata no karamol to ka findi siloka pour kata karamol to bari ka loda min bosol kana ka foti mo wato mina akatara bosol fatale ibukila classes nying tarandino. So ko wel nyin takela no because itol kontole ko atol be tendere sile jola kata faraba nalda sile jola. So to min be tulaje e masa kundale bo take care. And don't matter ngaje as citizens we read and understand ni masa kalyen to take care. That means it is coming from the taxes of ourselves and our parents. So womu kule di miyalon ko dile manya na sotlaje anun karamu kule fana di miyalon ko mansenya ndakela la priority. Otomole nata nga grupo form kata vice chancellor noma ala taradula min kata kani finti ka tande ala komintol sula tale bosol kafu ngam puri bajara na karamon sitano karamoto ani sinano nyame asason jio fanang mu problem olti farba bantan camposo kono pour mol ka seljul muta ani mol be minna ni tata jonkon tol be munum problem olet so nata wuli wala nga vice chancellor taraja anala du o fanan nata successful do money because e boso dol fanan kafule mol kana tarano kata school kanana. So kabirim bota wala nga nyindoje ngaje ko mi continue because of wuli yen ko ke isaja ko sak.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lamin Mane. After being part of the protest which took place last Monday, I'm sure that maybe worried about you. Maybe they may be thinking that, oh, now Lamin Mane is involved in something which could cause him a great deal of trouble. The SIS, the State Intelligence Service, are watching at him. Maybe his university's lecturers will see him as a troublemaker. I hope this does not cause you any.
Well, for now, I am getting some calls from close relations, families, both at home in Gambia and abroad, giving brotherly advices and as to how I go about with this initiative, and I am very appreciative of that. But we have the country at heart, and we also are very concerned citizens. We are mindful of the laws of this country because we know whatever is instituted in this country is from the taxpayers' money. So the destructions of those materials or those infrastructures. So this, from the bus protest coming to this bills protest, it is successful is because we are concerned with the properties of this state. But yeah, we are getting concerns from family members. But schools are closed. We don't know what will happen when we go back. The sun will look at us and how our teachers will reflect on our behaviors. But we cannot speculate that for now because schools are closed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lamin Mane. Now, si Modou Lamin Manjang. Modou Lamin, mabugala laaj rek. In the beginning, bi ngeen ko formé, kan mooy woon ki nga xam ne moo ko jiite?
Waaw, concern Gambia bu ko formé woon, lu ma waxoon moo nekk amul benn jiit. Dama ko coordonner rek, waaye néew comme pour jiit. Concern Gambia moom gëm ne comme Gambia ñoo ko bokk. Gambia moo tax ñu jóg, Gambia moo ñu itteel. So, dama dem lii de daal comme anga fu nekk daal dafa war a am koo xam ne mooy coordinate mooy wax lii comme mbooloo bu nekk am na loolu so moo tax ma jël place bu noonu as the president of the concerned citizens. It doesn't make nekkul comme dama def ma ko jël as comme maybe he's the leader lu wax rek moo dee taxaw man make decision sax on this suñu waxtaan ni ku nekk am na final say in this because I'm not a community ñu ma amee foofu they are all responsible respect ngeen loi Gambia bi respect ngeen seen bopp tamit trop so
Lamin Mane, when did you first sit and say to yourself, look, a demonstration regarding these bills, I mean the Judicial Officers Remuneration and Other Entitlements Bills 2024?
Yes, so as Molamin alluded, after creating the group that very night, he reached out to me. He called me, informed me the situation and what next. So we just share some ideas as to how we are going to coordinate this because this is going to be a massive one. After that, which we've just led, that is the it's just for students, but this one is for people across all sectors, from the private sector to the government, the unemployed, the underemployed, both and abroad. So this is going to be a massive protest. We need to strategize. We need to bring in, if possible, teachers, if possible, from all sectors, so that they can also share the difficulties that they are going through. The more we know the difficulties that they are going through, the more we have, facts, we are strong. Because we cannot only look at the bills and say, let us just go out to fight for people. The people that we are going to fight for, we must know their plight. What are the concerns? So this is what we've gathered as executive, and it impacts us because we have facts that most of the people that are working in the civil service are underpaid. Their services that they are rendering is next to nothing compared to the payment that they are receiving. So that has us to continue. So that is how we started, because the facts energizes the protest. Now everyone is sharing the concern that you are receiving, at your workplaces. Their allowances, the work, and they are underpaid. The teachers, the same thing, the nurses, the private sector. So we receive all these details, and we believe that it is not right for others to just enjoy it, call it the state capture. The place in the National Assembly, people were not, engaged fully. It doesn't even last for a week. Maybe it comes under urgency, the bill passed. The doesn't even know what is embedded in those bills. From there, we saw the National Assembly members coming up with their bills. That is their pension and salary bills. Then we see the judiciary too coming up with their remunerations and other entitlements. And these three are the arms of government. These are the people that are entrusted to husband the administration of this country. So if they work in cahoots for taxpayers, we believe as concerned citizens, we must ensure that stops. And this is what will us to go on with this protest.
People who planned this demonstration, were they university students, or were you working in collaboration with other political parties?
We are only university students when this was created. I believe about 6 or 7, maybe for 2 or 3 days. But as we proceed, we've seen some committed individuals that have aligned, intro joined them. We were like up to 10 to 11 students from the university. So as I said, this is an organic protest. It involves everyone. So we sectors from the nurses, from the teachers, to have some of them in our executive so that they can help us in decision making. Yeah, as of now, we are roughly 12 to 13 people that are in the executive. That
do you have some politicians in your executive?
No. We have no politician in our executive, and we condemn any political speculations, even not in the executive, but in our main, embrace it. During the protests, politicians, if you look at their languages, they stressed on the importance of why we went out, and that is to reject the bills. They were not there to support their parliamentarians, because most of the political parties have parliamentarians. The party militants we are seeing during the protest, you believe they are in favor, not for any political party. But we do not have any prominent politician in our midst. We do not want to also associate with any prominent politician to remote control us. That is not happening.
Is Lamin Mane a member of a certain political party? Are you a sympathizer of a certain political party? Or do you have affiliate any political party?
Any political party. I am a political sympathizer, and I also contribute, my quota in discussions, selling the agendas and the programs of the political parties that I believe. But during this crusade, I do not have an interest that I am pushing to the Gambians. I have the interest of Gambians at heart and in mind, the Gambians to subscribe to the agenda and let us find the Gambia we want.
Besides this movement or this organization called Concerned Gambians, which political party?
I am a sympathizer of the United Democratic Party.
Now?
Not long ago, maybe 3-4 years, because I was also concerned with the dispensation, the political dispensation from all angles to see which one best fit, because I cannot also fall to blame people for the decisions that they have taken, whilst I can. It was from that ground that I said I must participate. If you run for solo,
it's difficult for you to, help in any way. So this is why I sympathize with the United Democratic Party. I supported their agenda, their 5-point agenda, and I joined them.
And has the United Democratic Party influenced your planning of this demonstration?
No, not actually. In contact with any, member of the United Party, most especially the prominent members, they are yet to have their public or official statement, if you know, so they cannot influence me. Let's say if they even have a position that they have taken about this protest or about this bill, you can say, might be influenced. But right now, they have not said anything about it. But myself, as an independent thinker, I have taken my position, and that is to stand with the ordinary Gambians, and that is exactly what I am doing with my executive.
And can you tell us plainly that the United Democratic Party were not involved in this thing? They did not know anything about the initial plannings of this demonstration. Can you tell us?
Democratic Party have no clue as to this protest, because this protest started from the university, and the executive sympathizers of parties. So I cannot even say which political sympathize. And United Democratic Party is having political representatives, the assembly, the second biggest, so that is clear. If the United Democratic Party have a position, their names will start speaking about it, and you can correlate. But as of now, they have not said anything about it, and the movement is still breathing, the movement is still going, forward by the day. So we are not influenced by any.
Modou Lamine su dee yaa ngi fa ma bëgg laa laaj rek Modou Lamine bi ngeen a plan demonstration bi dox ñaxtu bi ngeen ko waajal am na ñu wax ne waroon ngeen a jox Gambians si enough time doxub ñaxtu bi am na ñuy wax ne mbir mi dafa gaaw torop da ngeen toog rek def ko within 2 or 3 days waaye soo leen tegoon seen time mais ñun ñi ay 1 week 2 weeks ni kon ñi fa teewee dinañ doon gën a bari ñi wax lii yow lan mooy sa tontu jëmale ko si ñoom.
waaw jërëjëf dëgg la dañ si yaakamti waaye am na lu ñu yaakamti si tamit parce que buñ foomee lii dafa nekk si parce que nga President's Bill dafa gaawoon trop ba amuloon time sax pour nu ngi koy taxawalee pour waaye bii bu ma ko waxee ñoom suma gars yi pare ma call involve leen li ñu wax moo nekk ne this thing we have to be quick because dañ assembly members ñoo xam ne they are not in support of these bills moom moo wax ne directly de soo leen seen protest bi moo taxoon ñu yaakamti si def everything to be fast pour ñu mën a génn nit di xam ne comme lii moo xew Gambia te tamit nekkul lii mooy suñ last protest bi against this dañ def lii pour nit di xam ne am na ñu pare fight against this bill and they are very ready, they are not even joking. So loolu moo tax ñu teel a génn pour dëkk bi xam ne am na lu nekk di xew loo xam ne su si jógut kenn du si jóg moo tax ñu ko bu gaaw yaa loolu moo nekk raison bi.
ma bëgg a xam rek am na ñuy wax ne yéen da ngeen gaawantu mbir mi waroon ngeen a xaar xëy na benn 1 week 2 weeks ko fee ñun ñu mun a jógee fu nekk dal di ñëw lan moo tax xaaru leen lan moo tax ngeen gaawantu def demonstration bi.
yaa ñun dañ gis ne comme dañ si war a gaaw warunte xaar ba ngay pass bill bi ba ngay ba mu dem does not make sense loo xam ne pass nañ ko already ba dem na second reading ba léegi dugg na nga bëgg a fight loolu noonu foog naa du am benn njëriñ even dafa am njëriñ sax dafa nekk loo xam ne comme pass nañ ko ba pare waaye luñ def nii dilee na seen boo gisee sax dañ dem ba gars oñu sax for a dialogue.
non dinaa ñëw foofu su kanamee tuuti.
waaw.
ok fi mu nekk xaaral ma dal di ñëw si Mr. Lamin Mane. Let me come to Mr. Lamin Mane. Mr. Lamin Mane, what can you tell us on the morning of Monday, the 8th of July? What happened in the morning, the very day of the demonstrations? Mr. Mane, you can unmute. Mr. Mane, you can remove the mute.
Yes, I'm sorry. It is raining here and the phone, has some squeeze on it, so it wasn't giving me a chance. Before that day, we were, receiving various calls from the police
saying that they want us to postpone or reschedule our permit from Monday, the 8th, to Tuesday, the 9th. The first, options that they said, or the first observation was on Monday, there will be another discussion in the parliament, that is the FGM bill. But no, because it was already closed. They were saying this on Sunday around 7, working day in this country, and you cannot also call us to say, try and reschedule your protest date. We do not accept that, because no, it is not IGP directly, but the call is from the police headquarters. So maybe Mr. Mulamin will even delve into that, because he was taking care of that. So maybe that question you can throw it to him. So on Monday it was something that we believe we can have a large number of people, because from the media posting of our protests, we also go through to see how energized are Gambians toward this protest. But we were very delighted with the responses that we are seeing, most especially from pages of Watson Gambia, the comments, how people are ready to join us on Monday to do this. So that very morning, though we were a bit panicked, because we know how Gambians are to some extent, you will start this, and then as you proceed, people will start to withdraw, say, since it doesn't concern me directly, let me go for my work. And it was also on a day that people normally go to work in this country. So we were concerned with the numbers. But in 12, we started seeing a very good number of young people joining the protest. So it was, it was a very, very successful protest from our point of view.
Why did you choose Monday? Why didn't you do the protest during the weekends, like Saturday or Sunday, when people are off, many people could show up? Why Monday and not in the weekends?
Brought our permit for the protest. It is for the police to choose which they best suit us. And this thing on Monday, it's fine. That the reason best known to them, because we were called there, we discussed with them as to the, how.
When you were called there, who and who was in the meeting when you were having discussions with the police?
Molamin will give you the names. Molamin have the names of the police, because he was the one directly contacting the police, and they were contacting Molamin based on, when and how we should go on with the protest. So Molamin will give you the names.
Okay, I come back to you. Let me go to Molamin. Molamin, today yang kanyen binda police they apply for a permit?
Wow, jerejef. Police dem bindal guy on Sunday dem bindal permit bi. It was on the third or second dem bindal guy a police pass ko on Monday, maybe. Then you call, then you feedback on when come then you then for what. Then you for on Tuesday, I received a call from the office there. I did not know, told me that Banjul, you request for a permit here and you're not. Then Muhammad come on Wednesday, for screening. Wow, on Wednesday, guys, you them for screening.
Limu neka Wednesday bala demonstration.
Bala demonstration, wow. A week before the demonstration, there. Yeah.
Okay, yo ya kana demon ak yan police ngen fa feka.
Okay, buñ demé man ma dem Haruna Baji, a colleague at the University of the Gambia. We are 5 in number, I think, on that day. It was Mama Demon, Man, Rashford. I'm not come send nickname laham because Limbi Gambia bo hamna come fam ñu xamé sa xawma gay sa mo la won come this is not something that is planned. This is something that is a concern to the Gambian city for the guy joke.
So Modlamin bi ngeen démé ci police lan la police wax?
Waaw buñ démé lu nekk ci protest lan ak lan fan leen nekk fan leen jógee cause protest bi essentially boo na apply permit bi nii dañoo war a apply a police permit too comme in case su leen joxee a permit police will not guard. What I understand about permit moo nekk so approved the police will give you security yoo xam ne comme ñooy secure protest bi so buñ demee ñu toog ñu jël suñ ID bi bind everything ñun tiri la gars screen moom bu ma doon screen
soo ne yéen tiri yaakaar kan la gars screen yaakaar na
man la gars screen man Moulay Manjang Haruna Baji moo da nañ ko screen ñu da la gars screen on yeah
ok after loolu kañ la leen gars yi jox permit bi ak before ñu jox leen permit bi yan areas yan place la leen gars yi allow pour ngeen dox fa pour ngeen defee fa dox nga am na place bu leen gars yi allow pour ngeen defee fa demonstration si
waaw buñ ñu ooyee on Wednesday ñu di screen ñu then ñu ne ñu Friday dinañu call pour suñ ñu dem famille bi so buñ ñu callee on Friday ñu dem foofu noonu moo demoon pour jël famille bi moom la assign mu dem jëli famille bi parce que mu ngi liggéey Banjul moom so buñ jëlee famille bi mu assi ko gars yi jox ñu ñu suñ time bi buñ joxe woon was on Monday from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock loolu leen tuition pour def suñ protest bi but si lu gars yi wax ñu ne that time dafa fekk ne nit ñu ngi dem liggéey ñee ñu ngi dem school so bëgguñ ñu interrupt comme trafic bi ak loolu ma ne ko gars yi den is fine then gars yi change suñ time bi from 12 to 2 o'clock boo la ñu jox ba si National Assembly bunta bi la ñoo taxaw force bunta bi comme soo jógee Westfield di ñëw boobu la nekkee
ñoom ñoo decide pour jox leen Bond Road ndax yéen a decide Bond Road yéen a leen wax ne ñoom ñoo leen ko forcé
waaw ñun suñu permit bi dañ fa binda Banjul si National Assembly bi dem bëgg a protest then ñoom ñu jox ñu Bond Road to the National Assembly
di gaay waxee loolu ndax reject ngeen ko ndax wax ngeen gaay ne buggu leen Bond Road te Bond Road ala la kenn ne ko fa ndax amoon ngeen concern ne Bond Road du place boo xam ne nit war na fa
moo jëlee fa pare seen ko si groupe bi bu gaay gisee Bond Road bi some people raise questions about it that Bond Road dafa sori ak foofu noonu ba pare tamit amul ay nit ak lii so man a gaay that's true waaye comme that time ne ñun nañ génn ñu protest matter what fu ñu jox as far as the media will be there because the only thing is
waxee ne Bond Road la tax yéen executive members yi toogu leen ngeen waxtaan even mu jaral leen sax ngeen jël another date pour make sure ne police yi jox nañ leen place boo xam ne nit ñi leen fa nekk ni te boo gisee ñu def doxub ñaxtu pour ñu nit ñi xam ko la waaye di def doxub ñaxtu duñ xam ne yéen a ngi doxub ñaxtu te lii comme ngeen ko waxee dafa concern Gambia yëpp comme ni seen turi mbootaay bi tudda concern Gambians
waaw wax neen ko waaye the thing is ñun dem bëggoon a protest dem bëggoon a génn xam nañ we know that ñu xam nañ ne Bond Road ba fale ba National Assembly bi alala loolu xam nañ ko lu bu baax ñun luñ gën a bëggoon sax ñu jox ñu sax from Westfield to Banjul we would have full more crowd loolu dëgg la waaye comme on Monday mu change tamit so that was the reporter comme amoon leen right pour complain but we see it as comme nañ ko def this is just starting alen ko def fii rek nit yi dinañ ñëw parce que we have that belief and hope that people will come and the media will come because soo seetee sax balaa protest bi sax di start sax there were media outlets nga xam ne ñu ngi ko doon post because engineer media outlet yu bari but dama leen respect trop they posted it from the first day that I sent them bi tam amu permit sax let's start the post on this ba bés bu amee permit ba bési protest bi jeex so bili boole am na comme Bond Road ba pale te the thing is that ñun tamit lii mooy suñ first time jël mbéele bi di protest so that mind was not there that feel you favor
waaye yaa ngi waxoon ne bii mooy seen ñaareelu yoon ngeen a def demonstrations
waaw the other demonstration was loolu si school lañ ko defee diggante MDI ba suñ school bi Kanifing si loo faculté bi
mu mel ni boobu yëfi school la woon rek yëfi school la woon
ok dimaanu benn boobu dañ ko def school bi lañ ko defee daa rek
ok waaye bii mooy di first demonstration boo xam ne fa umba réew mi yëpp ngeen koo def
apply for a permit. This is my second time apply for a permit. The first one was rejected. Where be alhamdulillah it was successful.
First one bi nga xam ne moom leen reject about lan la woon about seen school ndax déet
bobu nonu it's also about the Gambia farmata katbu.
So bobu police then reject sen pa.
Then I reject some application, yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I did a misunderstanding, yes.
Ban misunderstanding mo li hewon.
Wow, them for them on, they don't have the same thing like this. They screen us, do everything. You them on Friday pour jeli bo Saturday mo ko protest bi, ñu dem pour Friday pour jeli famille bi. Ñu xaaré sen famille bi ñu ko binda. Personally man lañ ko wax sax. To nga sa famille ñu ko binda. Past 5 o'clock si university bi then ma assign suma kuma bokal lifin bi king ñu ko wax king mo dem mu xaar ba fofu nonu ma dem ñibi ma dem school then ñu ne ko ne mu nga ñibi nga announce ne am ngeen permit. That was from them parce que wala mako man ne ga duma dem announce do xamne aw mako suma loxo then ma dem mu defu gaay tofu ko be 5 o'clock soklo mu fa tok gaay ne ko ñu wax bi lolu lañ ko wax mu dem mu announce ne am ngeen from the office gaay ñu ne ma ne seen permit bi dañ ko revoke amul leen permit da ngeen joxe false information ne da am permit. Yes, we made the mistake. Waroon na announce ne am nañ permit fekk amum permit. But
why dëkk yooyu yaa ngi wax ne den wax ki nga assign ne type seen permit bi so dem leen ngeen wax ne am ngeen ko police ñoo leen wax loolu ba pare ñoom police jaaral be ko dal di revoke dal di seen application bi bon police yi ñoom
for myself bu ma koolee moo ma ko ma test ko ma ne ko ne this a trick you played on us because day ma ko wax def ma ko nga wax ma ku may liggéeyal mu def ko then ngeen revoke permit bi so you played a trick on us. Xëccoo ne maanaam moom suñu
police boobu naka la tudd ki nga doon waxal.
Actually I forget the name waaye ma nga amee number bi ma funde.
Ban police headquarter la woon in Banjul ndax feneen.
In Banjul Interpol office borom fa nekk.
Ok Modou Lamine ma bëgg a xam rek lan mooy sa political ak si ban political party nga bokk.
waa xam naa ñu bari dem foo ne comme lii mbiri politique la moo tax Gambie moo tax ñu bari sax génnutoon ñu bari àndut ak ñun si lii.
parti bokkuloo si GDC wala NPP wala UDP bokkuloo si benn political party.
bokkuma si benn political party.
Are you a sympathizer of any political party?
I'm not a sympathizer of any political party. Parce que man su gisee ma dee voter sax di nga xam ne man ama political party.
Ban party nga musa votal in Gambia?
A votal Amat Bah, NRP, mus naa votal UDP, mus naa votal coalition, mus naa votal elections, presidential elections and other elections. I don't vote on based on party bi la nekk. Man I vote on comme dama feel ne kii moo mën a yóbbu place bi nii.
Okay, mu mel ni yow sa conscience nga dee follow daal, you vote for your conscience.
Wow. Yeah, okay, that's how I vote.
Let me come to Lamin Mane. Mr. Lamin Mane, now according to the permit was finally granted to you people on the morning of Monday morning, 8th of July. What can you tell us when you started at marching towards the main entrance of the National Assembly building? Can you walk me through what were they chanting?
Thank you so much. So on that very morning, we went to Bond Road. It was, people were coming gradually. We do not have any transport that we bring all people together to come there. So people pay their fare to come gradually. So the numbers start to increase. We were positioned somewhere. We bought our vanguards, a day before the protest. That is on Sunday. So we came along with the vanguards, and that very morning we started, writing on our vanguards at the place that was given to us at the Bond Road to convert whilst we wait for orders. So on the vanguards, people started writing various things, but these are acceptable things. These are that reflects the realities of what is happening in the country.
Was there anyone people what you should write and what you should not write?
No, because before that very day we had a meeting. That was the day of it on Sunday. So after the press conference, this vanguard issue was raised, and it was people will come with their emotions, perhaps political emotions, and they might want to hijack this protest from us through writing on vanguards words that we do not mean to share with the media, that we do not want to showcase to the media. We were very concerned. Whoever is writing, we make sure that you write a thing that concerns. Like, if you are a civil servant, you want to write about your allowances, you can write it. you want to write about the bills, anything about the bills, how exploitative they are, you can write it. So it's exactly what was written on that we've purchased from our monies. So after that, the police were very cordial. There was a very cordial relationship with the organizers and the attendees, the protest attendees, and the police. Then the police, if the bush shut off, they thought, it is not safe because there might be snakes around there. Let us leave that end and come to the highway, close to the highway, so that we can conduct those activities. So it's where we also move on to conduct our writing whilst we wait on other attendees. So from there, 12 o'clock was fast approaching and we were just, so the police, stopped one traffic to give us a lane. So we started moving with them and come energized. People start to sing, people start to sing, saying, they are thieves, violent searcher, stop stealing from the poor taxpayers. People started to sing. So we cannot control what people say, but whatever was said there was exactly the reality on the ground, that we are not consented to the bills that are passed there, to their cars that they are using now, the $3 million cars and other bills that is enriching them. So we believe that qualifies them to be thieves, to steal from the poor taxpayers. So people started calling them those names and other chants that I could not remember. So therein we move until we reach as the other speaker is gone, connection. So, are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
So that is when we move from the Bone Road that was given to us down to the National Assembly with the police. People started running. I said it was raining. The media was with us. It was really the professionalism showcased by our gallant policemen during that day. So when we reached at the main gate, we were called because on the protest, on the permit rather, 5 of us should go in to deliver the petition or the demands to the members of the National Assembly, and that member of the National Assembly in question here is the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Fabakar Tomonjata. So when we reached there was already a session going on in the National Assembly. That is the FGM discussion on their reports. The Honorable Speaker left the session. They stand inside the Parliament, a veranda sort of, whilst we are outside around the road. So 5 of us identified ourselves before the D-Day, that is the Monday protest. So when we coordinated to seclude our sisters so that we can deliver the petition. And we just reached here 12:30 to 12:45. So allow us to socialize with the protesters. Let us energize ourselves through our chants and whatever we are saying. But they say no. We have to do this fast because the Honorable Speaker is on a session and we do not want to keep him wait on their behalf other than the Honorable Speaker. So we said, okay, it's fine. We entered, 5 of us, and then there's a little bit problem between the police and some of the media personnel, because they wanted us to deliver the permit or the petition to the Honorable Speaker without the media, which we blatantly refused. We want the media to see the permit to the Honorable Speaker. So they started allowing them to come in, but the media was given space a little bit far from where we are, 5 of us and the Speaker. But the presentation was captured by the media, and upon delivering our petition,
so who handed the Fabakary Tombong-Jatta? Who handed the petition to Fabakary Tombong-Jatta?
So Modlamin Manjang as the president, I designated the designation I have written there, Speaker Fabakary Tombong-Jatta to Modlamin, and we went there, 5 of us with our colleagues. The Speaker was there, the clerk, some police, remember any other personnel, because I know the intelligence too were a group picture. So from there, Fabakary left and went back to attend the sessions, and we have the engagement with the media because we make it 2 copies so that we read our statement and the demands to the members of the National Assembly. Yes.
Petition letter, who wrote it?
I wrote the petition letter.
Do you remember the contents of the petition letter? Okay. Briefly, can you just summarize what were your demands on letter?
So our first demand on the letter is the National Assembly members' salaries and pensions bill from the National Assembly. Our Second is the National Assembly entitlement bills. Our other push, the demand is for them to introduce a new pay scale that is going to thoroughly look into how, if they should put their salaries or want to introduce pensions or remuneration, we believe it should be across all boards. We do not see, and also our other demand for resources. And we also advise members to have engagement with their constituency members, those that elected them in office to represent them, so that they know the decisions that they are taking is not a decision of an individual, but the consensus of the majority of the people in members of the National Assembly members, so that their constituency members can hold them to account, because there are a lot of resources that are given to them. Most especially sorry for the figure. That figure I believe is for the clothing or whatever, but maybe you can confirm the figure, or your speakers or the listeners will confirm the figure. So that needs to be transparent. The electorates must be given that mechanism, that avenue, to hold them to account as spend the money that was allocated for the constituent. So we have eight demands that we've submitted. Other demands I can say are technical demands, but there is these three demands that we are putting a lot of pressure on. That is the bills, the two bills, and the introduction of the new pay scale. The other ones, we try to advise them, we try to, advocate for justice, equitable allocation of state resources, so that they can be doing best in the National Assembly.
So when the petition was handed to the Speaker of the House, Mr. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, were you allowed to stay at the ground of the National Assembly building to hold speeches, or were you just asked?
So there was a sort of misunderstanding between or among the security personnel there. Others were saying that we should vacate the premises, but I emphasize that they should allow us to at least read the press statement and our demands to the media, because if we go out there, it will be difficult for us to have that, cordial space with the media to express ourselves. So they allow us. I've read the petition, the demands in English language, and Uthman also read it in Dinka. But then after Usman has spoken, we were ready to entertain questions from the media to answer their questions at the premises of the National Assembly. But they say, no, now let's go out and then we can do.
Of the National Assembly?
The security personnel.
When you say security personnel, you mean the police?
The police are there. Some police are in clothes that I cannot, ascertain whether clothes or a paramilitary clothes. Some are in white, some are in paramilitary clothes and the like. So I cannot say exactly, but they are the one tasked to coordinate the protest.
Do you recognize some members?
Not actually, but I am told most of them are in the group chats, because some they have their contacts, so and so that I saved the contact and I've seen him in your protest groups. So I know they are taking informations from the group to gauge the reactions of the public from the groups.
So you mean that
some
officials of the State Intelligence Service?
Very well. They are in the groups.
Why are they in the group?
Well, they want to see the perception of the protests. Maybe they also want to make some reports, might lead to a violent protest. Who are the ones behind this?
But Mr. Mane, why would you allow some members or officials of the State Intelligence Service to be part of the group? Why would you allow them?
We do not allow them. This is a public platform. The links are shared, and whoever is a concerned citizen and you want to be part of this protest, you join. So it is through the link that they join. And as I said, I do not have their numbers. So people inform me that I know someone, he's an officer, but he's in the page. I see. Because if you save an individual's number, if you share a page with the person, that is indicated in the group. So I do not know them.
And who else? Do you have any members of the police who are also in the group?
As I said, of course, we have state intelligence, we have police in the group. That one we can ascertain, because when Molamin and the likes, were being screened, they were informed, monitoring the language of the people there. We are monitoring, the overview of the protest, whether people are ready to make any destruction or whatever. But we are happy with the way the pages are conducted. That is what Molamin told me. So I cannot ascertain exactly who are the one, but that one Molamin informed me.
Intimidated.
Yes, we were intimidated to postpone the protest or to reschedule the protest. That one, it was a pure intimidation, because how can you call an individual for around 16 to 17 your office have given on a date that was, a working date? You are calling people not even through the office, but you phone call them on their WhatsApp, on their phone number direct to say, with the theme is this. We are going ahead with this. On Monday, let them go work as early as 8 o'clock. If they want to revoke the permit, let them, because we should start protest by 12. Let them revoke the permit that we can send the revoked permits and they can help us in dissemination. But that was pure intimidation.
You said that you have some members from or some officials of the State Intelligence Service who are in your WhatsApp group. Do you people also feel intimidated that inside your WhatsApp group, some members are from the State Intelligence Services? Do you also feel intimidated?
No, whatever is sent in that platforms are filtered. This is why we have group admin. Whatever is sent there that is political, we delete it permanently so that no one will benefit from it. It is our concern to make sure that the platforms are clean from any political affiliations or any other agenda that is not, purposely the mission of our executive. So when they were there, we feel them home, because we are not doing anything bad. It's a group that people are sharing their concerns. And their citizens too, if they want to send their concerns, they can do it, but there is no way you can implicate an individual because the pages are clean.
And how would you rate the demonstrations? Would you say that it was a success?
It's the most successful demonstration in the history of this country.
As there was no fighting, there was no trouble, everything was done peacefully.
Perfect. And what even made us realize that this is one of the best is the attendance, the age gap that attended the protest. It is youth that attended the protest. So that tells our understanding, and they want to participate in the decision making of their country. They want to start holding their leaders to account. So
we also had that present where some political party members, some politicians.
Of course, some politicians came, but their language was also clear that they do not want this bill to pass. So they were speaking the language of every protester on the ground. They have not shown any political emotion or any political speech that will jeopardize our mission. Our mission was clear, and I believe as citizens, and we cannot constitutional right to belong to a political party, they were there as citizens, concerned, and they denounced these two bills in totality.
And what was the spirit of the atmosphere? Were the people angry? Were they shouting, insulting?
So it was very cordial, because the police too, and some of the police were in mufti. That means they do not have any uniform on them. So they were also around the protesters. So the protesters are mindful of the language that they are saying. But overall, the emotions were high. People were venting out their frustration. People get that time, that freedom to express themselves, whatever is hidden in their hearts, most especially towards the National Assembly members and any other government official or institutions that are not performing to their expectations. They vent it, but in a very cordial and respectful way.
Did you perceive any sense of fear in the face of the police or in the face of the National Assembly members?
No, we've not, involved. If you look at what we are demanding, the salary restructuring, this involves the police too. So, I can say that their emotions were very much attached to the emotions of the protesters. The requirements, while they were, being recruited into becoming a police, that was not given that they should go out to protest like how we are doing, but they are with us in spirit. That I can say I felt from within. So the National Assembly, Mame Jiba too is an independent guy from Janjambure, the Janjambure's MP, also their views about the protests, that they are with us, that their positions were known to the general public during our protest. They've spoken with the media.
And towards the end, what can you tell us about the demonstration? How did the demonstration ended up?
So the demonstration is still continuing, because we had a meeting sort of with the National Assembly members. We were invited there.
Monday, after everything was done, so how did you people conclude the demonstration? People just dispersed and everybody went home, or what happened?
Yes, because we are given until 2 o'clock. So around 1:30 or so, as concerned executive member, we start informing people that, let them start for vehicles that will take them home. So luckily, there were baggage or taxi baggage in there somewhere. That taxi baggage, our own, try to find vehicles and then go home. So that is how it ended. We all left before the given time, that was before 2 o'clock, and we reached at home safely.
In terms of funding, who funded the protest?
So the protest is not funded by an organization or an institution. People within us, those that are employed, they are outside. As I said, within our midst, have said some will give in $500, some will give in $300, some will send in $1,000. So it was individual donations that we gathered together to have this a success. There is nothing like that is not to my notice.
Okay, so the demonstrations ended peacefully, and you people, you were satisfied with everything that happened. So everybody went home peacefully. You were happy. You rejoiced that, well, this was a success. Okay, finally, what happened? Because we heard that you people were called to go and sit down with some members of the National Assembly. What was the purpose of this discussion? Who called you? When were you called? Did they write a letter, or did they just call by telephone and say, hey, you guys, can you come up here? Or what happened?
So we were sent a letter from the clerk's office. Clerk captured our demands heading, that the concerned citizens, request for parliament. That is the caption that he captured. To reply, his office is asked by the office of the speaker to call us for a meeting.
Do you remember the date of this letter?
The letter is in the phone.
Yes, just go ahead. It was 3 days after the demonstration.
No, that is after the demonstration, yes.
Okay, few days after the demonstration.
And we raised concerns because we want to be transparent. This is people power movement. We are not doing this on our behalf. We are for the general public of this country. So they need to know that we are invited. So this is why we share the invitation letter with the media, so that they can have it across people. Some were positive that we can go and represent them well. Some were negative that we are going to accept bribes or whatever they are. But that have to what we are going to do when we reach
But
there.
we heard that you were not allowed to come, all of you, but only 7 of you. Who were the 7 people who went to meet them?
So it is Lamin Manjang, the president, myself, Lamin Mane, Haruna was there, Pams was there, Master was there. As Lamin Manjang said, we do not even know the real names of some of the executive members. So this is how we call each other. Sometimes I save their name based on how they write it on their status. So this is how I call Pams, Master, and the like. So we went there 7 of us.
But Mr. Mane, how can you, you don't even know each other? What you are saying, how comes you don't know each other?
Yes, because this is a cause that concerns every Gambian. And in the university too, we are not studying the same. Because MFL, that is Lamin Manjang, is a business school of arts and sciences. We are even far from protests that we get to know each other's name and the likes. So these ones too, they came into the executive, their numbers, and then they haven't saved their names. I say on how they call themselves in their WhatsApp name. So I cannot actually say exactly this is their full name.
Okay, were you one of those who went to meet the National Assembly members?
Exactly, I am part of the 7 people.
Okay, what happened? Can you walk me through what happened when you arrived? What did you talk about? What was the topic of the discussion? Did they promise something? Did they promise that for you to sit for further discussion and things like that? So what happened? What transpired during that meeting?
Exactly. So they are as a team in one bus or one vehicle. We reach based on where you come in. Some people reach before others. So when we reach there, we were seated. We were not given lunch by them. And then 2 o'clock, they called us to go in for the meeting. That is the committee room 1. And then we went there. We were not at our end. And they
so
sat
the atmosphere
at their end.
Was not a very cordial atmosphere.
Exactly.
Okay. Continue, proceed.
The National Assembly a representative from the nominated was there, a representative from the independent were there, and there is one individual too, but that one I do not know him because he's not a parliament member, whether he's an officer or not, but he came with one officer that guard him, and I see how the person, doing their usual, compliment. He must come from the intelligence. So he was with us. The meeting started. So their position as to why they call us is what they started with, that they believe we have, Assembly's members' salaries and pension. It's not talking about adding the salaries of National Assembly members, but the pension, the gratuity. If an individual dies while serving, it becomes difficult or even impossible for your family members to enjoy there is no, give them that go ahead. So their position is to bring that into law, so that if an individual serves for 1 year and you die, your family can be given something.
Did you people feel that there was something that you misunderstood, or did you feel that they were trying to convince you people to support the bill?
So we know they are trying to hide something because their language seems like we do not know what we are doing. So I am now on their position call. So that is their position, that they do not intend to add anything on their salaries, that they have already added their salaries in 2022.
Did you believe that they were truthful when they said?
That is what they've said about their bill. That is the National Assembly members' salaries and pension. So the other bill too, that is the Judicial Officers Remuneration and Other Entitlements, they said that bill is not placed by the members of the parliament. That bills come through the executive, through the Justice Minister. So the Justice Minister is the bill, and they cannot withdraw a bill that is not placed by a member of the National Assembly. It is only the minister, the Justice Minister, that can do that. You understand? So that is exactly where their bone of contention is. That is what they want us to understand. That is why they call us. We also maintain our position now to our end. I started speaking. So my position was, and that was the position that we've agreed on as a team, that we understand what the National Assembly members' salaries and pension is about. Because the gratuity did not only speak about when an individual died, but it continues to say, if an individual is recalled, the individual will be given something. If an individual is resigned, the individual will be given something. All these things are captured in the gratuity. At least 4 points were captured there. I cannot remember all. But you guys, your focus is only on if an individual dies. So we believe even if that is the case, if an individual dies, we want to put it to you guys that the country's economic situation doesn't support this kind of bills, because it is not going to happen. If we continue to pay you guys with the allowances that we are already giving you, you have received a car here, a Prado, that is worth of $3 million plus, and we are to pay those things. I told them that what you guys are saying that you are going to pay half from your money, we are paying you allowances of transport allowances. And if you put that transport allowances together until 5 years, that is going to be more than 1.5 million. And you are saying that you will pay 1.5 million from your salaries. So that transport allowances is going to cover that 1.5 million. And the taxpayers will pay their percentage of 1.5 million plus. So the atmosphere of saying that we are going to pay it from our salaries is a myth. We do not agree to it. So this was our position, that their allowances are too much. They have received enough. They should start saving something to use when they are retired, or even when an individual dies. Let the individual start saving for the future. Our position was clear that the bill must be rejected. It doesn't reflect the reality of our economic situation. Our national debt, as I said, it was increasing roughly $100 billion. And then when they increase this, or when they introduce these bills, it will introduce something called high taxation, and our small businesses might collapse due to high taxation because they cannot sustain it, and unemployment will also rise in the country, and then most of the people will start going home with nothing, and they become unemployment, drugs, and everything will take the center stage.
So about the judiciary bill, since it was in place by them, our position was let them engage the minister, the justice minister that placed the bill, that there is an atmosphere in the country and the atmosphere is protest against these bills. We want your office to understand that, and we want your office to withdraw this, because this is the concern of the people that we are serving. They are all servants of the people. That was our position, but they still do not get it. They said, no, we do not understand what we are saying, and from there, and then we can talk extensively on this. But we do not want to have any meetings with them as of now, because our positions on the demands are clear and we want them to work towards that. There is no other things that we can discuss and agree on, because their position is we do not understand, and our position is they are hiding something from the public. So we have no consensus with them whilst we leave the meeting room.
And during the meeting, who was speaking on behalf of the National Assembly?
They all spoke. The Deputy Speaker CDS Njai started. From there, Alaji S. Dabo spoke, and then the other representative from various political parties also share, what they remembered and why they believe we do not understand what we've written in the demand. So that is how they spoke. All of them, at least, only one person, that is the female, is a nominated member, but I cannot remember the name. That one did not speak. But from our end, two of us supposed to speak. That is myself and Haruna. That was the arrangement that we did. But whilst we were, conversing with them, whilst we were proceeding with the meeting, some of our colleagues said they have some observations and they want clarity on some points that they have raising, and then we gave them the floor to come in and clarify their doubts.
How would you describe the meeting between concerned Gambians and the members of the National Assembly?
So the meeting from the get-go, as I said, we are not given any food, we are not given water. So that alone talks about the position of National Assembly members toward us, because you invited us and you have given us a date and a time, and they left the parliament to go and eat. 2 o'clock, they left the parliament. We were seated outside, in a hall, and they went and eat. They came. We say, okay, it is time. Let's go and have the meeting.
They did not even invite you. They did not even invite you.
No. So because I was there in 2022 as an intern. So I know some members of the National Assembly services, not from the parliament, not from the political wing, but the service, the National Assembly service. So one lady came, they said they were given 2 coupons, so she want to share her food with a friend, and I can have her coupon if I want to eat. So there is where I came, and I also say that to my people, whoever is hungry and you want to eat, let's go and eat. And then I have a friend who said he is hungry, so 2 of us, others said they are okay. So 2 of us went there and we ate.
What food was served? What kind of food?
So it was domoda. It was domoda.
Did you like the domoda?
No. Lemon was too much.
Oh, this is very, very sad. At least when we invite people, you treat them with respect. You treat them cordially, but just, bundle you there and as if you are I just don't understand how these people were thinking. But, Mr. Mane, did you feel that these people were honest? Were they trying to convince you to change your mind to believe in something that doesn't exist? Because based on what you have said, it seems that they were not truthful, they were not honest with what they were saying, and they know what they were saying was far away from the reality. Were you able to sense that?
Of course, we sense that from the get-go, because from the gratuity, at least I said it is 4 points that was mentioned, because it was the clarification from the clerk that he mentioned those 4 points, but their position is only on one, that if an individual dies, that is what most of their speakers were putting emphasis on. So you were not truthful to us, because we've read at least what is even on the salaries, how they are going to receive their salaries per annum and other allowances. But they say that one was since 2022. But now the gratitude have 4 points. You are only talking about 1 point. So there is the problem, is the bone of contention between us. That is where we know these people are hiding something from us, and we are not going to surrender to what they are saying. Yes, they were pushing us to say, let them go and revisit some of the clauses, that some places might be too much. They even have concerns with that. But our position is no. We want these things to be withdrawn. We want these bills to be withdrawn from the parliament.
Okay, how did the meeting end?
So the meeting, they were also on the session 2, and then they left the session. So they said they need to leave because the session doesn't even have a quorum now. There is a session that should start, but quorum is it's becoming a problem there. They need to go. But if we want, they will try to invite us so that we can continue, discussions. But I made it clear that, we do not want to come here to discuss anything. And then they raise concern about that, that is not good to say. We can still come and discuss, with them so that we can get to a point. If necessary, they can even call us to help them, with clauses that we believe are too much and so. But our position is we are with the public on this, and the public knows we are saying withdrawal, a complete withdrawal of these bills. We are going back to the public, tell them what transpires here, and our decision, our next step will be motivated by what we hear and what we learn from the comment sections and the advices from the public.
Can you say that the National Assembly members in the National Assembly building of the Gambia treated you with respect?
Well, there was a bit of a respect because we were given opportunity to also express ourselves, even though they interject sometimes if they think we are leaving or we are going off the topic. But we are accorded that respect to have a discussion with them. We also allow them to say. So maybe the only place that they could have done better is to give us the fair share of what they enjoy in the National Assembly. That is, to give us at least food and water to drink, because we also came from long distances to come and meet them to discuss with them. That was not something nice. They could have adjusted on that. But other than that, it was opinions. They expressed their opinions and we've expressed our opinions, and we have not reached to any consensus.
And how was the meeting finalized at the very end?
So the meeting is finalized, city said is adjourned. That's parliamentary, that the meeting is adjourned. They have other sessions to do because, they do not have quorums on that, and they will reach out to us. That is how the meeting was adjourned.
So afterwards, what happened? Did any National Assembly member call to you or call Mudlamin for further talks or to discuss something?
No, because when we were inside, the media were allowed to come inside the meeting room. But as soon as we left the meeting room, we found the media seated and waiting for us. The media were not allowed to at the meeting. But as soon as we left the meeting room, we found the media houses waiting for us outside, and they want to know what transpires behind the closed doors. So we have shared with the media the position and how we felt or how we sensed the perspective of the National Assembly members. And our position was still that we want them to withdraw these bills. But the meeting doesn't end in any resolution. Nothing is passed. The meeting is said to be adjourned, and then they will reach out to us if they wanted to say anything or share anything with us. So that is how the meeting was ended, and we have shared our points with the media. But they have not reached out to us since that day.
Okay, what is your response or your reactions to people saying that you people have been bought, in the sense that you've been offered money?
But that doesn't tell well, because when we started this, as I always said, we started this transparently, and this is why we bring in people from all walks of life to even be in the executive. We that started the executive now is beyond the number, because we want to be transparent. When we are going to the National Assembly, when we were invited, the letter doesn't mention that we can share it with the public. It was directed to the President, Molamin Manja, but we make sure that it is shared with the media so that every citizen that is with us, both at home in Gambia and in the diaspora, will know that our representatives, the executive of the concerned citizens, are going to meet with these people. Exactly when we left the meeting too, we have that interface with the media, and our positions are still clear. the position during the protest, what was on the demand, is exactly that was said, because I am the speaker with the interface of the media. And what I said there is exactly what I said while I was reading the petition demand on the protest day. So if we were bored, our narrations will differ. They will sense, something in the way we speak, and then how we say and how we express ourselves. But our body language is the way we express ourselves. And right now, to tell you, or maybe you can ask about that later, but we have not received anything, and there is no offer given to us. We are called because they believe there is a concern, there is a communication gap, that we do not understand exactly why these bills are introduced. That is the concern that they raise. Nothing like they want to have consensus with us, but they want to enlighten us according to them.
So I would like to know, Mr. Mane, what is your next plan in case the bill is passed?
So our next plan is one of the most welcoming plans, well coordinated and well thought. We have created groups for all constituencies, from Banjul to Koina. All constituencies, every constituency that has a National Assembly members in the parliament, we've created a group and we've shared those groups so that the constituency members can join in those groups and they can be well informed about these bills and what is the next step. So right now that group, we discussed about it yesterday night and we agree on to do it. So the groups are created, people are already in the pages, and then we are sensitizing them about the bills. We are also telling them if they pass these bills, what our next step is, and that is to organize a nationwide protest. And the reactions of the people there is really, really, really impressive. I can tell you that National Assembly members are in those pages. A National Assembly member will be in at least 4 to 5 constituencies, knowing full well that you belong to only one constituency, but they will just join in all constituencies. That tells you that we are planned and we do not take anything from them. We are resolute and we are going on with our strategies.
Do you get support from some National Assembly members?
It is their right to express themselves. That is not a support from us because that is what they are paid to do. They have shared their position. The likes of Honorable Bakar Kebaji have shared his position that he do not believe these bills came at the right time and he is not going to participate in the voting of yes for these bills to pass. He is going to reject them, and other National Assembly members that came to the protest ground. But we cannot call that a support. That is what is expected of you. When your people are crying, you sympathize with them. That is not a support. So we do not receive any support from them.
Mr. Lamin Mane, thank you so much for talking to Freedom Radio. Finally, we have about a minute left. What message would you like to pass to the Gambian people? What would you like our lawmakers, our National Assembly members to hear? You can use this 1 minute to say anything you want to say to the Gambian people, to the National Assembly members, and even to our president.
Well, so we are not a group that is created to cause any trouble or harm in this country. We are students that are not even receiving any salaries as of now, and we are talking about the restructuring of pay scales, a pay scale that is not even benefiting myself, benefiting Molaman and most of our executive members. So that tells a lot about the concerns that we have for those that are in services. And we are very cognizant of the state institutions, the state properties. We are respectful citizens, we respect the law, and we respect all the conventions that the country has subscribed itself to. We wanted the members of the National Assembly to understand the plight of the citizens. The citizens are crying, they are mourning. They are saying that they are dying out of hunger. We have seen our young people on drugs now, on a daily basis or on weekly basis. We are seeing pictures of young people dying out of kush and other related drugs. Our young people are on bagways. They are dying in those seas. They cannot be repatriated. Some are there now. They want to come home. They cannot. So these are concerns that we want you people, if necessary, cut your allowances so that this can be put into other sectors like health sector. The health sector is already dilapidated. It's already rotten to the core. People that are going there are suffering. Cut your salaries, cut your pensions. Even the president, some presidents are doing. They are cutting their salaries to help the people, the ordinary Gambians. So we want our leaders to be that empathic, to cut their salaries, their allowances, to put in strategic sectors like agriculture, sectors like health, sectors like education, so that the young people can have hope in this country. But the way it is going right now, it is becoming a jungle law. The executive is taking advantage of ordinary people, and that we cannot condone. We are young people that are aspiring for a better Gambia. We are young people that are looking up to countries like Kigali, Rwanda, countries like even Senegal, countries like Kenya, countries. We want to be like those countries. We want to have a transparent leadership. We want to have development. And if anyone wants to stand between us and that transparency or development, we are going to make sure that you fall down, because you are an individual. You cannot stop. This is a moving train. We are coming with the force. The public is behind us. Do the needful of rejecting this bill for the safety of everyone. That is what I want to say. Thank you so much.
And for the sake of our Mandinka listeners, can you just summarize what you've just said so that they can also understand?
Well, abaraka bake kontanta pour bi kanani Freedom Radio to jam pour be kol min kono ni watol min keda protest against bilol million ko wala bin député bu kono bi min keda pour ka jojol la remuneration wala mi be sotol million ko yekini ye fonyo do kola inente mil enjoy la anin ko dol million ko be muna fangol sotola kono anin national assembly member mi mu député dinga milki pour ka député mo do wada dal ning kan na nyantol keleje do fanan ko ya bilole kamana pour ila salary li do mil sotola anin ye fonyo do kola ibe muna fangol min sotla je so fonni ngel nata je ko mi akurosia batale kule miyalon ko binien na bankola halo jibe fonni ke min be faka nyin droko kono fonni ke min ko da mabe tamakan ka banko bula because of bankola kolea anin ko do na jata kende abunda la mol kata je ko kala ran so aka ke problem multi na karama bunda la ku jamal la nyanta ke la banko ka miyalon ko bin dol jikita banko na fulo nyanta ko mutil na wol baraman ke pour nyim mo dan tawol so wala wulindi ka fe pour bilol nyul ye bonni parlement ko ne saje ko do nyim nyanta dunna bilol nyundo aso dun nyin dula si falto bari tol man ke multi million ko wulta pour ka toral la mo ga woto ka banko fene kasara because tol mum molati million ko nan ke ko lom bakel nga lon ko banko la jorangol mum betule tadi kata aka bol to balle ko kono na fulo nyin so tol bo jorangol protect la nin ni olale woto wo la mo kana mer ko min wulta kula million ko wulta ka national assembly le sabotage or ka executive le sabotage nyimu kuleti million ko banko betu di wala kolem tol min be nyin ko nyaton kaya kan jama be mu karam munto dinne wala million longo man do ko kuma se fulo man saboke jo fenna bari mine wulindi banko la solo le wulindi pour ka kelo ke mole million longo bibe do ko la milmu sojarolti milmu polisolti milmu no solti milmu teacher solti ani nyongol million longo be do ko la bi bu ka fel sotaje bari nga modern dalje million longo to le mu député ti jojo la ani man sana la do bal ibe kodol taka million longo akasiya bake so ninne wulindi ma fula aliya sembo lankan ibadele nim bil sifal ikanata mini national assembly do abaraka bake.
Mr. Modlamin Mane, thank you very much for speaking to Freedom Radio, and we are definitely appreciative of the time you spent talking to us. Mboka yu tedda yi fii la waxtaan ji daldi em ki ngeen doon déglu noonu mooy Mr. Lamin Mane moom mooy di secretary general Mr. Modlamin Manyang moom téléphone am bi batterie bi moo jeex moo tax mënuta continuer waxtaan bi moom Modlamin Manyang moom mooy di président mbokkay li doon waxtaane tey yéen a ko dégga bon fim ne duma def ludut daldi umbal lépp loo xam ne waxtaane neen ko fii daldi leen ko jébal daldi bàyyi waxtaan ji mu daldi continuer ci seeni xel yéen Gambian yéen déglukat yi yéenay àttekat yi nga xam ne yéenay àtte lépp loo xam ne Lamin Mane ak Modou Lamin Manyang waxtaane neen ko fii lu neex nag du doy xanaa dañu koy dog rek daldi dem ba beneen yoon seeni mbokka Saliou Njie salaamualeykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu waahiru daawaana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin